It's your boy, the franchise guy. We have a little bit of a different episode right now, frankly. For how long this part of the episode went on, we had to break the episode up into two parts. We had to break up the All-Star Week into two parts. Yes, you heard it correctly. We're starting off with the Home Run Derby. I know it gives Futures Game, Home Run Derby, then All-Star Game, but we're having the Home Run Derby first. Futures Game and the All-Star Game will be on Friday's upload. But Bryce Harper representing the Philadelphia Phillies, taking on Miguel Sano here in the first round. Bryce Harper has been in multiple home run derbies, guys, and he's been in a couple with the Washington Nationals. He's been in a couple in this series too. And he's a guy who hits home runs. You saw when he rolled up here, he had over 400 career home runs. 400 career home runs for Bryce Harper, so definitely if he keeps up the pace he's going, he'll definitely be a kind of guy that sits there and hits 500, 600 home runs. Bryce Harper, 30, 31 years old right now. You'll love to see it. There's no way he doesn't hit another at least 200 home runs. And we've built a roster and we've built around his strengths. We've made him the focal point of the offense. We have him, we have Rhys Hoskins, we brought in Austin Meadows last year. All of these premier players, all these power bats. We all built them around Bryce Harper. For the fact of, if you don't want to play Bryce Harper, alright, you walk Bryce Harper. Who do you have behind Bryce Harper? Oh, JT Realmuto. Well, that's not an easy bat to get out, frankly. No, okay, we don't worry about JT. Let's worry about the guy after JT. Oh, who do we have? If it's not Bryce Harper batting in 3, it's Austin Meadows. Austin Meadows is batting in the 3-hole behind Bryce Harper and JT. Alright, well, maybe the 4-hole gets a little easier. Rhys Hoskins got to hit 35, 45 home runs. Doesn't get much easier for any pitcher going 1 through 4, especially power-wise. All 4 of those guys can take the ball deep. And they have taken the ball deep. They all can hit 30-plus home runs, which is insane. And, even after, the top 4, we have in the 5-hole, we have Alec Bohm, premier young third baseman. Big righty bat, hit 25 home runs last year. Average still quite isn't there yet, needs to get that contact up. But for the most part, Alec Bohm is going to be a superstar in the next 2 or 3 seasons where he gets all together. Speaking of Austin Meadows, we have Austin Meadows right here. More or less a Bryce Harper-like player. Brought him in. He's still in his mid-20s. I think he's like 26, 27 right now. But, we paid a big price to bring him in. He's done nothing but hit home runs and hit the power for us. A guy you can put in the leadoff spot. You put him in the 3-hole. You bat him 1 through 4 in any spot you put him in. He's going to produce. But having these 2 premier left-handed power bats in a lineup is more or less just insane to think about. What team has one of these players, let alone both of these players, as well as, the pieces that work well with them? I think we have to pay Austin Meadows at the end of the season. Meadows is going to get a big payday. It's going to happen. One of the things we did to help that was we gave JT, and we gave him that big extension a couple seasons ago. We made his deal front-loaded, so when we got to our young stars, guess what? They got paid, he got paid early, so they can get paid later. It's just how it worked out with JT. Austin Meadows, definitely one of these guys that, you bring him in to be a 1-year rental. And the Rays probably definitely sold low on Austin Meadows. He had an extra year of arbitration on him. Sure, we gave up a pretty premier prospect, a top 10 prospect in the league. I think he's actually top 5 right now, Leo Carvajal. a guy, frankly, we're never going to use. Just because we don't really use the computer-generated prospects, we just opt to use the real ones. But, Leo Carvajal and a couple other players for Austin Meadows, I think, Meadows, without Meadows, we don't win the World Series last year. He fits the roster perfectly, where he kind of filled that Bryce Harper role. Harper came in to, be the focal point of the offense. Now, Austin Meadows comes in to be another focal point of the offense. Complementary pieces is what we have right here. And if you don't see this Phillies team as a bunch of complementary pieces, I want you to find me a better roster. From top to bottom, what is a better roster than the roster we've constructed here in Philadelphia? Not like we finessed the system and got Wander Franco. No, we use prospects from within. We use Scott Kingery and Bryce Harper and Alec Boehm for our middle infield left side. Reese Hoskins and Hazley. We trade for Meadows, and we had Hazley. We brought in Bryce Harper. Trade for JT. All those guys. There's a lot of mix of talent here, and all these pieces go well together. There's guys that work well at the bottom half of the lineup. It's not like we're trading for Mike Trout and putting Mike Trout in the 7 hole. No, we're not doing that. We're trading for Austin Meadows, and we're putting him in the 3 hole because he's going to be a focal point in the offense. We make sure JT gets the contract he thinks he deserves because he's a fan favorite and everyone loves him. Which is kind of what what the real Phillies do. Dave Dombrowski came in for the real Phillies, and everyone's like, oh, he's gonna be this big changing force. And they signed Sam Fuld to a 2-year contract, a 2-3-year contract for being the GM of the Phillies. And you think, oh well, Sam Fuld was he was a hot manager commodity, but he don't want to lead the Phillies front office. I was like, well, why is he a GM candidate if he's only a candidate for managerial positions? It's because how smart he is. A big analytics guy, but people in Philly aren't really for the analytics. Billy Beane was the first real analytics guy, and Philadelphia, not super fond of the analytics yet. And they think that analytics more or less just ruins the game. It slows things down, makes people make dumb decisions. Oh, well, it's because Nick Pivetta. Nick Pivetta's the real reason why Philadelphia's like analytics. And, when it comes back to me wanting a more realistic franchise mode. Plain and simple. I wanted more realism when it comes to my franchise opposed to someone else's franchise. You see franchises where everyone trades for all the top prospects, and they have a pitch rotation of all the best pitching prospects, and a lineup of all the best hitting prospects, and, top to bottom, and they sign them all to these giant 14-year deals that they sign them when they're young, so they don't deal with arbitration. They get them for super cheap and all that fun stuff right there. And they kind of finesse the game a bit, But who wants to watch a series where you take 3 years to rebuild before you start, even considering being a playoff team, and but you want all these prospects, you want to win now, and you want to fleece the system, and people want to watch that. People want to watch you with a lineup that has Wander Franco and Alec Boehm and Bruhan and Paulson and all these guys. People want to watch that. And for YouTubers that make that, go for that. Go be that YouTuber. I'm fortunate it's not kind of the YouTube style I want to do. I wanted to, I kind of fell apart of our Phillies franchise for last season. Last year, the MLB Show 19 franchise. It's something there, and we kind of fell away from that. Started making all these blockbuster trades for these high-level prospects. And they didn't really pan out initially. They don't really progress right. So we kind of just made some trades for them to get them in the major leagues, and we just kind of fleeced the system to the point where we didn't have all of the guys that. We didn't have it the same style we have it, this year. And I wanted to you know, make it even more realistic. And, you know, going into MLB Show 21, you know, it's still a little ways off. We're not even February yet. You know, game doesn't usually come out till March. So we got, you know, January still, you got February, and then March before you can even start considering about, you know, starting a new series. You know, but I think, frankly, I want to use this series and make it a building block for a even more realistic series in the future. And I think, you know, the more you can just do realistic series, the better. You know, you see rebuilds and everyone trades for the same players and they do the same thing and they all progress the same way, because we're going to trade for this guy who's a B potential, but he sims very well, so he's going to, you know, turn to like a 98. In 3 seasons, he's going to be the mainstay of our life and give him for, you know, $2 million for the next 10 years. You know, all that stuff. And rebuilds, you do that. You just trade for the same players. You know, look at 2K rebuilds. Everyone, at least a couple years ago, did the Rudy Gobert center trade because he's really good defensively in the sim. And they did stuff like that. And they all kind of became copy and paste. And I didn't want to do copy and paste. I wanted to give myself at least some form of restriction. Don't trade for all the top prospects. And if I can sign big name players, awesome. You know, I brought in Luis Severino. He made a pretty big trade for Jameson Taillon. I want to limit the amount of, you know, superpower starters we have, you know. I don't want a rotation of, you know, 5 aces. I want a rotation that, you know, like the Phillies did the one year. They had 4 aces, where they had Lee, Oswalt, Hamels, and Halladay. And they called them the 4 aces. I wanted something like that. That's kind of what we created. You know, we have the veteran clause, where players who are A potential starters, like Zach Greinke, like Max Scherzer, who are past their primes and aren't, you know, those frontline starters anymore. They're more back-end starters. Those are the kind of guys we brought in to plug holes in the rotation. And I really enjoyed having those, like, smaller links in the rotation. And I know I'm jumping around this video, and there's not much of a video, frankly, of, you know, me commentating Home Run Derby, which some of you might have clicked off already, and I understand if you did. And frankly, this kind of became a little podcast on my beliefs for MLB Show 20 in my franchise mode. Which is kind of not what most people want to look for, which is kind of why I tried to change it up from last year, where I kind of ranted through my videos and more or less just did kind of commentating. And I considered changing my styles and how I, you know, edited videos, but I mean, I already started, you know, this way, and I think I'm going to keep it, you know, the way I do it now and change it when the next game comes out. It's just my thinking. Yeah, I think also it's kind of like, hey, you know, every time you have a player up, you know, it's either going to be, you know, something's going to happen. It's like you don't have, like, that suspense that, oh, maybe this guy's going to do something, and this guy's going to do something. So it kind of takes away from it, because you always know something's going to happen. You know, it's also not even, like, highlights, because, you know, highlights, it's like home runs and RBI hits and, you know, clutch hitting and stuff like that, but I even took away from that too, which is, you know, maybe the one thing that could have, you know, saved it as the style of editing, you know, highlight editing, which, you know, strikeouts, hits, you know, walks, stuff like that. You know, it's cool, but you know it's only gonna be that. So I think maybe next year I'm gonna try to do the whole kid through the whole 27 outs, that kind of thing. You know, it's just my thought for now, at least, until I go do it like that next year, and it's just too much. And you know how it is. You know how it is. But Bryce Harper, Austin Meadows were here in the final round, so it's going to come back to Philly. You know, whoever wins the Home Run Derby, it's going to be a member of the Philadelphia Phillies, which is going to be great just to have, you know, Philadelphia represented in the Home Run Derby and the All-Star Game and all of this stuff right here. You know, Futures Game, we have players representing us. You know, just everyone's out here. You know, Austin Meadows, Bryce Harper, the 2 big corner outfitters we have in our lineup. These 2, you know, behemoth lefty power bats. You know, both capable of 40 home runs each. And they're both game changers. That's the best part about both these players, is they're game changers, and they know what they're doing. They know that every at bat counts. They don't take off days. They both can hit 300. They both can drive in 100 RBIs. I think there's might be some RBI dippage, unfortunately, just because of how stacked the front half of the lineup is. Instead of Austin Meadows getting a home run in the third and getting all these RBIs, Bryce Harper already did it, so he's getting Bryce Harper gets a 2 RBI double, while Austin Meadows gets a 1 RBI double. That's just how it pans out, unfortunately, sometimes. But they both get their chances to flip-flop. I think Bryce Harper leads off against lefties, while Meadows leads off against righties. Somehow, Bryce Harper's contact versus lefties, righties isn't bad. It's just that Austin Meadows is better for whatever reason. So we have, them, platooning that leadoff role. One versus lefties, one versus righties. But when they're not versing, they're not leadoffing. They're both hitting the 3-hole. It's not like it's leadoff or 8-hole. It's leadoff or 3-hole. So they both get their ample opportunities. They both, get their days off and all that stuff right there, which is cool. But I don't know. I think this team is coming along very well. And I'm really proud of building this team. Not fleecing the game to get the team the way it is. It's not like I'm going through and editing contracts. You can't even edit contracts. It's like say, oh, I'm editing contracts to make cap space for these players. Can't do that to begin with. I'm not trading 3 C potential players for Mike Trout. Stuff like that. I'm not doing that stuff. I'm bringing realism to the game where I'm trading young prospects for stars of this, as Austin Meadows wins the home run derby. Look at that. Look at that right there. Look at that sportsmanship between the two teammates right there. There you go. Meadows, Harper. If you guys enjoyed something, hit that like button. Comment down below. That's all. Peace out. I got and have a great day, I guess. Wash your hands too, because Corona is the thing still. Be safe.